Hey friends, welcome to the farm. We might be in trouble.
I have my whole tunnel planted, and they're calling for freezing temperatures tonight. All right, so the plants are in a high tunnel, but there's no heat. By about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it'll be the same temperature in here as outside. Now they're calling for 36, but we almost always get 5 to 7 degrees lower than what they call for.
And they do have a freeze warning.
Yeah, they have a freeze and frost warning. So I have all my tomatoes, 90 tomatoes, part of a row of cucumbers, and a whole row of peppers and zinnias. So yes, they're all at risk. So our plan of attack is to come out here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and turn that big old, was it diesel?
Yep,
diesel
salamander.
Heater on. Diesel salamander and a fan on, and try to keep it above freezing. So it should be a fun night, huh, babe?
Yeah. Hey, let's go look in the garden, see what you did there. Okay, so the high tunnel has plastic over it. We can throw some heat in there. What are you going to do in the market garden?
Everything I can. I have as many things covered with fleece as I can. And the blueberries I actually have covered with a bucket and fleece. I'm trying to baby those blueberries and get them healthy. I have some herbs I'm trying to protect. That right there is cantaloupe.
Where? The big area?
They're going to go up the trellises. So there's cantaloupe at the bottom
there.
of each of those trellises.
All right.
And then I have some squash that I already planted. Not all of them, but enough that I got to be careful to protect them. And I also planted my sweet potato slips, but I'm not like super worried about them because I actually started extra slips. So if something happens to them, I can plant some more. I also have baby beans. The seeds just came up. So I'm going to try to protect those and help those make it through the night. And I planted a few flowers.
Okay.
Now the brassicas should all be fine.
Well, they're covered normally, not for the frost.
No, they're covered with just a mesh to keep the bugs out.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything for frost, but they should be fine.
Okay.
But I'll just have to hope for the best tonight and see what happens in the morning.
All right, let's see how it goes. Is that going to be warm enough?
I have long johns, sweatpants, long john sweater, coat. Headlamp. And hat. I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Go warm up my tunnel. The joy of gardening.
This is the side of homesteading and farming you don't see.
Can't say this is the fun part.
All right, let's check the temperature.
All right, we made it through the night. It's the next morning. It's probably about 45 right now. The low that we recorded on our weather station, which is 10 feet up in the air, was 33. But it actually got colder than that in the tunnel and on the ground. So it's a good thing we did what we did.
Sure, it did frost. We have pictures of the frost.
There was a heavy frost.
Yeah.
So I think everything will make it. We'll find out.
All right, let's...
First, all the herbs and stuff.
Herbs here?
Yep. And some of them are definitely cold hardy, but some I'm not sure about. Like there's kale in there. I didn't need to cover that up, but I had the hoops, had the fleece. Can't hurt. So things are sometimes hardier than I realize. The valerian looks good. I forget what all's in here actually, but everything's alive and well.
I see you got creative with your...
For the cantaloupe, I had to get creative. I ran out of fleece. So I had a bucket here over top of a makeshift greenhouse, and then I had to use my shirt. But they all look gorgeous. Look at those cantaloupe. They're perfect. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
we're gonna have delicious cantaloupes this year. Ah, I can't wait. I love cantaloupe. Oh.
Well, you used everything. What do you got?
Clothespins.
Yeah.
Well, with this trellis here, it was perfect to be able to clip it to the trellis to keep it in place, because when we put it on last night, it was still windy.
Yeah.
So I was having trouble keeping it on, so clothespins. Another gardener's friend. Okay, here's the difference between if things are covered or not. This little leaf was sticking out from under my makeshift greenhouse and the fleece. And look at it.
Yeah.
That leaf will die. But the rest of the plant that was covered is beautiful.
Well, good. There's evidence that what you did worked.
Yeah. I'm very glad I did it.
I knew it'd work. I never had any doubts.
Yeah, right.
You really like these mini greenhouses, don't you?
I sure do. And they're free. I have always used these little Tropicana ones.
Yeah.
But these bigger ones are nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. I might see if who else drinks water like that and see if they can save me their jugs.
I like it because they're the right price.
Yeah. I mean, they're wonderful. They are a little miniature greenhouse. Ah, every single cantaloupe, beautiful.
Now what's under there?
Those are just squash. And the ones in this row are just the blue Hubbard squash. They're going to be my trap crop. Apparently squash beetles are supposed to like them better, so I'm planting them early. So they attract all the squash bugs. I can kill them, and then I'll plant my zucchini.
How deceptive.
I don't know if it works or not, but that's what they say on YouTube, so I got to give it a try.
Well, it must be right if it's on YouTube.
I think so. Well, the sweet potatoes are a mixed bag. The fleece actually blew off a center section of it, so some of those are gone. But the weird part is there's a few that were under the fleece that don't look good, and there's a few that were out of the fleece that look perfect. So that's kind of weird. But I know
the majority of the ones
majority
under
are
the
fine.
fleece are fine.
I know I have enough slips in there to replace the ones that don't look so good. So looks like everything made out okay.
Yeah, but that just tells me though, had you not spent the time.
If I hadn't covered them, most of them would probably be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cantaloupe would be dead. A lot of the stuff would be dead.
Yep. Good job, babe.
Whew. All right, last night at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was scared to death about my strawberries. I hadn't covered them because I thought they'd be okay, but they were completely white with frost. I mean, it looked like it snowed. So I was really scared for them, but look, they are perfect. They're fine, perfect. The berries don't seem to be affected, and we're gonna probably have strawberries in a week to 10 days.
Looks good.
Oh, I cannot wait for a fresh strawberry. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, overall, this was a good night.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, you feeling better?
I am extremely relieved and happy this morning because what could have been an absolute garden disaster, we escaped almost unscathed. A few sweet potatoes, I think, are all we lost.
Yeah. I'm happy too, but a little tired.
I'm tired too, but I just love seeing everything green, healthy, alive.
You know, the salamander combination with the big fan warmed this up by 20 degrees.
Really pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Within like...
And we expected that. What we didn't expect was something that happened a little earlier in the evening. We let the greenhouse, the high tunnel, get very warm yesterday, hoping the soil would absorb, you know, the warmth, and then when we closed it up that it would radiate slowly and we would have a warmer tunnel. But to our surprise, what happened about an hour or two after dark, we came in here and the tunnel was 10 degrees colder than the air outside.
Which we were not expecting. So
Yeah.
I was surprised and horrified.
Yeah. So we did notice, you know, when it goes from very hot, it was 80, 85, and then it dropped all the way down. It was about 45 outside, maybe 50 degrees outside, and it was 40. It was actually 38 down at the ground. There was a lot of heavy dew and moisture on the plants. So I think it has something to do with, you know, the water changing phase and absorbing the energy, and it made it colder in here. So what we did is we opened the back up and put the fan on. Within a few minutes, the temperature inside was the same as outside, but who knows, maybe we introduced moisture again and the whole thing happened again. But we
I
need
don't
to
know.
figure that out.
Yeah, but it really surprised me. I thought the tunnel would stay warm for a while. So
Yeah.
we've got some things to learn about tunnel gardening.
Yeah, so more research to come. Or if you know, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you know what happens, how that happened. I don't get it.
Cool down so quickly, so.
So, but overall, I am relieved. And I'm glad you're watching me smile and not crying.
All right, well,
So-
thank you for joining us in this crazy adventure.
Yeah, and probably in a couple weeks, I'll be giving you a tour of the whole garden and the tunnel, showing you how everything's doing. And everything is right now is just beautiful. So in 2 weeks, it'll be stunning.
All right.
So we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.